Hello and welcome to the third week of Finance 201 online. We're going to continue in our insurance planning book with Chapter 2, and I will post an announcement on the webpage soon enough. But I would like to take a couple minutes and just show you what I want you to do this week. I've decided against lecturing over the PowerPoints. I just don't think you can get anything out of them. There's just too much nitpicky in this book about information. It just doesn't lend itself well to a lecture that really would give you any meaning other than a careful reading of the chapter. So that's the way we're going to proceed. I will be adding this particular video to our EduCap page here in a minute, just as soon as I finish it. But anyway, I want to open up our textbook, and since I have an online version as well as a paper one, I will just quickly go to VitalSource. And I wanted to look at learning objectives for Chapter 2. Now this is a very poignant chapter considering, and I hope you all noticed the news, that we had a significant hurricane slam into the Gulf of Mexico. It was fast moving, so it didn't linger as long as they thought it would, which is good. It probably minimized, even though there were billions of dollars worth of damage done. Danger, unfortunately, too many people did lose their lives, but again, with advanced warnings and so on, most people heeded the evacuation orders, and loss of life was kept at a minimum. The book starts off in Chapter 2 talking about the various types of risk. And again, if we didn't have any risk and we didn't want to get rid of our risk, there really would be no need for insurance. So because we have risk, the modern world has created insurance to mitigate all the possible problems that this risk can cause, whatever it is. Insurance is used in managing our own personal risk, such as automobile insurance, homeowners insurance, flood insurance, earthquake insurance, and so on, that we will see. And we're going to cover all of those in turn in the next chapters. But we will plan on having a discussion, and I'll formulate some good, strong questions to be answered. And you'll need to spend a little time on thinking about this and then coming up with a response and then answering your fellow classmates' responses as well. You'll see that this, again, is a fairly long chapter, a lot of detail, and you need to spend the time reading about this, because this is a good, solid base for the rest of the chapters when we get into all of the nitpicky details of insurance. And so I want to skip down to the assignments for this week. And I'm in the process of getting the test bank ready so I can give you a quiz next week over this. Let's go to here and I'll just fast forward through it once we get to this part. Okay, these are the discussion questions. And there are 31 of them. So you'll need to, and this is your homework assignment. I want detail, I want it correct, and as I stated earlier, I will, given the amount of questions there are and given the amount of people in this class, I will only be able to grade one of the questions in detail. And so I'm not going to tell you what that question is, but I will pick one of the questions and I will look to see if you answered it correctly. If so, I will just glance around your document. And if all is well, and you've answered the questions, then you get 100%. If you don't answer the question that I want answered, then I will look at another question. And if it's answered correctly, then you'll get 67%. But if both questions that I look at are wrong, then I will look for one last one, and if you get that one right, that's a 33%. If after 3 attempts at trying to find something right, I'll assume the rest are wrong, and you get a 0. So that's the way it'll be graded. So make sure you spend the time and go through and come up with the answers for this. There are some other assignments here as well. I will not be grading these. However, these are good questions to look at because these will be the types of questions you will see on the quiz. And so if you go through those and look at the answers and so on, make sure I would take the quiz first, then see if you can go ahead and anyway. So if you do that, those are quick quizzes. But anyway, if you go take those multiple choice questions and then look at all these little subject quizzes during the reading, you will have a very good basis for doing well on the quizzes. And likewise, the quizzes will be nitpicky because this is nitpicky stuff. So if you fall down anywhere, it will be on the quizzes that we have in this book. So anyway, get busy and get working. Thank you.